Hi, it's Marie with Marie's Cards and More. Well, it's May the 5th, Cinco de Mayo, 2026. Stampin' Up! Is now released their new catalog, May through August 2026. If you didn't know, Stampin' Up! They've moved from an annual catalog to quarterly catalogs, as well as products that they call online exclusives. So to find those, you'd have to go to stampinup.com. I do want to apologize in advance. I have a cold or allergies or some kind of thing going on. I hope that I can get through this without coughing too much or sniffling or blowing my nose. I do have a lozenge in my mouth, so I want to apologize in advance. I didn't want to wait because it goes live today. So let's flip through here. Here's the new catalog. Here, they show you some of the new products, the shimmer brushes, and we're going to go over all of these. Maybe the classic Stampin' pads. They've got the embossing folders, their new black hybrid ink, and their new impressions dies. The next page, have a little blurb in here from Sarah Douglas, the CEO. She's so sweet. Table of contents, and then you've got your icons. So here, the pink box that says in. That marks the new products. These two here, the EN and the FR, is whether it's English or in French, or both. If you see the QR code, that means you could scan and get more information. They have one thing that says suite, another thing that says bundle. So those are just some of the icons. Here they kind of go over a few different things about earning rewards, their angel policy. So if you make products and you sell them, then you need to make sure that you're using the Stampin' Up! Stamp on there. And let's see. They talk about the product of the month. I'm going to flip this to just be one page at a time. Products of the month. And let's see what's this May product of the month is Berry Botanical Vellum. It's a 12 by 12 designer series paper. You get 12 sheets, 3 of each 4 single-sided designs. How do you get this? Well, once you spend $75 or more in a single order, you get $5. Get to purchase this for $5. So $75 or more in a single order. That's before taxes, before shipping, all of that. And then you can get the product for $5. Okay. Talking about how crafting is better together. And here, remember, shop all our products online. And they just kind of talk about a few other things. Here is the paper pumpkin. So if you're new to stamping, maybe you would like a subscription. And so they have what's called Paper Pumpkin. It's a monthly crafting kit delivered to your door, and you can subscribe to it. Now, you can purchase 1 month at a time, or you can get like a 3-month, 6-month, or 12-month subscription. And it's a little bit of a surprise because you don't really know what all's in there. If you decide, you kind of see a sneak peek, or, you're not going to have time to work on something, then you can certainly pause it and then restart it. So it's really a good way to get into crafting. And they have some different pages with some sayings. So here they're trying to tell you they have kits collections. So in addition to the paper pumpkin, they also have some kits online. So here's 2 of them. Radiant Reminders and Serene Scenes. So the kit would have everything that you would need to be able to make either one of these products. They also have some scrapbooking workshop kits. So same thing. You would have all your products except for your pictures, obviously. And then you could make a scrapbook page. And again, some more sayings. So they break it down. If you're new, what do you need? Well, you can start with a few crafting must-haves. So your paper trimmer and envelopes and cards and different kinds of adhesives and paper, or maybe some punches, maybe some kind of dimensional to pop up elements. You can also add mix or match or stamping. So they have some that is already all done for you, ephemera. Now you just pop it out and you can put it on a card, or you can do some stamping. And of course you could finish with some embellishments or twine or ribbon. So this is showing you the scrapbooking. So maybe for these, what you would need. I'm showing you that. Here they've got these cards, and they're showing what you would need to be able to do these cards. And I also want to point out at the bottom, they have some templates. So you could use any of these templates, and then you can make your cards. You can also scan them to get additional free templates and ideas. So that's good. Another. And then here, they're showing you that we also have suites. And what's in a suite is where they combine all the different products together, and you have one code that you would use to purchase a suite. And so here's a list of all the suites that are in this catalog. So the first part of the catalog is the suites. So here's the Bloom Boutique Suite collection, and all the pink marks means I have those. So the Bloom Boutique, you get in here, you get these little boxes. You get 2 stamps and dies. Excuse me. You get the paper, and you get the ephemera, or the little gems. So a little sip. Here are some products that they've made using that suite. You can also use it as a work scrapbooking workbook. So they have the paper, but they also have the sticker sheet. They have the 2-tone cardstock and the bundle. So you can also purchase it as a stamp, excuse me, as a card suite, which is this, or as a scrapbooking workshop kit, which is this. So that's kind of smart. Waterside Retreat. You would use the one code, get it for $68.75. And again, it comes with all these products, cute little anchors and the papers and the stamp and dies. And here's some examples that you could make with it. Valley and Bloom. Here you're in an embossing folder, along with all the papers, shimmering dots. Here you get Luxe White paper, stamp set and dies. Over here are some more examples. So sorry. Where do you live? I'm in North Texas. And that's why I just don't know. I don't know if I got a cold or if it's just my allergies on steroids. I don't know. Something's going on. Here's a scrapbooking workshop. And again, papers with the sticker sheets and the 2-tone and the stamp set and dies. So Stampin' Up's really beefing up their scrapbooking. This is really pretty. The Scenic Coast Suite. And again, you're getting papers, you get the sparkles, and you get the stamp set and dies. Man, this pretty much does all the work for you, doesn't it? Just kind of, maybe you have to stamp this, but you could die cut all of that, put it right on the paper, and you're done. The Beautiful Ordinary Life Suite. There's a little floral flight accents. I've showed those on one of my orders that I did a video on. Here's an array of dots. Oh, goodness. Some designer series paper and this Stampin' the dies. So, isn't that cute? On how they're using that on their scrapbook page or how they're using it on the cards. So, in the comments, first, tell me where you're from. And second, what do you like to do? Are you a card maker, or do you like to make 3D projects like boxes, that kind of stuff? Or are you a scrapbooker? I would love to know. There's their scrapbooking. I'm a card maker. And I do some other boxes, that kind of stuff, some albums. I haven't really gotten into scrapbooking. But who knows? Who knows what the future holds for me. Velvet Meadow Suite. Here you're getting velveteen assortment specialty paper, some other designer series papers, and a stamp set and die. And again, they're showing you some of their creations. Now, I know you've seen this because I have made several cards with this. I love this suite, the Moonlit Flora. So you can get the whole suite for $87. I think it's just $87. Yeah, $87 even. And you get the dewdrops, you get the designer series paper, you get the embossing folder, and the stamp set and dies. Remember, I made that card? I told you I got it straight out of the catalog. And then I'll probably make that one too because I love it so much. Okay, here is a new product for Stampin' Up. It's an impression. So you can get an impression plate. So I have a QR code here so you can scan that so it'll tell you all about it. But the new impression dies go beyond precise cutouts to bring elegant texture, details, and dimension to every die cut piece. Scan the QR code to watch a tutorial on how to use the impressions die and the impressions plate with the Stampin' Cut embossing machine. So you have to have the Stampin' Cut embossing machine, the big one, and then you buy this impressions plate. And then you get the impression dies. So it will tell you which one are impression dies. So this Opulent Oasis bundle has the impression dies. I haven't purchased that yet. Same with the Phrases and Frame bundle. It has the impression dies. Okay, so you have to have specific dies to use, excuse me, with the impression plate. So then we're going to go to bundles. When you buy something in a bundle, you're going to get 10% off. When you buy it in a suite, you're also getting the 10%. Whoops, let's see. You're also getting 10% off of your bundle. Okay. But you don't get 10% off of everything. You still get it off the bundle. I know. I am so sorry. Okay. So here are some of the bundles. Remember, the ends mean they're new. It also is telling you which one, if you were just flipping through here and you go, oh, that's really pretty. Oh, sweet. Well, let me go look in the suites and see what else I could get. Okay. Here's some more. Those are pretty. Flowering Meadow. Heirloom Boutique bundle. So we're in suites. Oh, look at this. Safari Smiles. That's kind of cute. Card Gathering. I have this one. Oh, some balloon festoon bundle. Bordered in Beauty. Sunset Coast. Remember, these were in the suite. All of these were in the suite. But they give you, again, you can see all these different card examples that you could make. So if you're new and you're like, I don't even know what I need to put together, well, do this. Or scan that QR code and get the free templates. Words and wishes, banner sayings, words and beauty, playful packaging. All these are cool. This is a really good one. Party dies and bundle. At first I thought, why on earth would I need that? But you know, you can make these banners, and so you can make a banner, or you can use that on a card, and they're really cool. I don't have it yet. And it's kind of spendy. I mean, it's $125, but you get all of, you know, bunch of dies. Nature Symphony bundle. You get stamp set and dies. This one is dies and dies, okay? See, they're both dies. All photo, you get a stamp set and a punch. Exciting Times. You get a stamp set and punch. Now remember I showed you the Stampin' Positioner? Well, here it is. Now you can get it. Makes stamping a lot easier, especially if you're going to make multiples. So you can buy the positioner, and then you can buy the grid paper separately. So you can scan the QR code, and it will show you how it works. There's some that are just stamp sets. Get well soon. I think maybe I need one of those. The Flora vignette. Exciting Times. Sending Salutations. I have this. I thought it was a really good stamp set. And this is cute too. A huge thanks. And got cute little birds. Happy birthday with the lion. I like this one. Look at that. Get well with the, I don't know, alligator or crocodile. I don't know. And he's got a thermometer and a little, what are those, ice pack or heat pad? I don't know. Get well. That's cute. So here's some more stamp sets. The Heirloom Boutique, Garden Gathering, Scallop Bloom. I thought that was a real pretty one to get. Got it in my suite. Whew, Boutique Blossoms. Here's those Gears and Textures. I will be making a card with those. Look at this, Safari Smile. Excuse the cough. I will make it through this video. Again, I am so sorry. Congratulations, cheers. Hey there, just for you, from all of us. Oh, look at that. That's a sweet little family. Little baby. These are cute. And these are cute cards that they've made. A balloon festoon. And they've cut it out, and then they've got like sequins or, you know, shimmery stuff in there. Playful packaging. You know, good for you just because, thank you. Those are cute. Words and wishes. They've told us that some of these items will stay for the year. And so when you see something that says stays on it, I believe that's staying throughout all of the catalogs. Words of Booty, banner sayings, Nature's Frame. So we'll see if I'm right, but I believe that's what they have told us. Phrases and frames. Here, the stamp set. Now, when you see something that has this gold on there like that, and it says million, when a demonstrator, which is like less than 1%, achieve this, but they're a million sales achiever. So this is Susan Campfield. And so when she sold $1 million worth of products, she gets to work with Stampin' Up! On creating a stamp set. And so she works with them, and this is her $1 million. So very nice. So congratulations to Susan Campfield. Here's the Opulent Oasis. The Alphabet. There's the Fern and Flora again. So all these are just the stamp sets. So you can buy just the stamp set if that's what you want. But if you're going to get the dies, you need to buy them at the same time and get the bundle price. And it's 10% off. Those are pretty. You're the best. That's good. Best grandparents. Connected together. Crafted with care. So this one has the angel policy stamp that you have to use. You know, the little C and Stampin' Up. So very nice. So now they've combined. So they've used this Moody Leaves in the back, and then they used the little elephant stamp set. Family celebration. So, I mean, you can make just a simple little card very quickly and easily right there. Bordered in Beauty, Extraordinary Life, Relaxing Waterside, Sunset Coast. They also tell you how many number of stamps are in each stamp set. So that has 13 stamps, 16, 15, 13. And they're telling you the artwork is shown at 50 to 60% of the actual size. So here's this one, Untouched Landscapes. That one's cute. Thanks, man. It gives you all the different ways that we talk to our male friends or relatives. Okay, so now we're getting into some of the other products. So here's the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, $69. Or the regular one is right here. It's $140. You can get your embossing folders, the impression plate right here. Kind of a rubber plate. Okay, so then in the catalogs, they kind of have pictures of all the products. So grouped together, which is so nice. So they have all the dies that we've gone through, all of these. One of the reasons why I like this is, say you put your dies together, and then you wanted to go back and you're missing a die or something. You can come and look at the picture and go, oh, that's right, that's where that one went. So you could do that. So all of the different dies that they have, and again, all the different dies. These are what I call the workhorse. Spotlight on Nature. So these are all circles, but there's multiple sizes in each one. Okay, and some of them have a different impression on it, and I'll show you those in the future. Stylish shapes. So you get your circles and your squares and your flags. And then look at your arches. I mean, you use these all the time. Nested Essentials, all the time. So if you don't have these, I certainly recommend to get them. So here's your embossing folders and your punches. So they have the Fern and Flora. They also have the Floral Spray. And they have this one, Story Keeping Hybrid. And I haven't really talked about hybrid, but I will. Basically what it is it's an embossing folder and a die set that work together. So you can emboss the sheet of paper and then use the die, and then you cut it out. And you can cut out all these different little sentiments that have been embossed. Hole punch assortment. It's really good when you're making different kinds of cards. And then you've got your 3 banner. Love this. All a flutter. It's pretty. Your rounded rectangular, I already showed you that. Keeping tabs, that one's good. especially if you're going to make like binders. Maybe you have a portfolio or something, you could put your little tabs on it. Here's all the circle punches. Remember how I told you I just didn't have the 2 3/8 one? Okay, mixing in the possibilities. So on top of your stamps and your dies, now you're bringing in the designer series paper or the pattern paper. So the paper medley, all different. So this one is just all different designs with different colors. Or you can get this Artisan Sketch Garden, and I have that one. I'll be making some cards with it. And it shows you, they're two-sided. They're 12 sheets, two each of 6 double-sided designs. So it's showing you the front and the back of each one. Same here with the Waterside Retreat. Here's a beautiful Ordinary Life. Now in this one, what you have to look at, you can get the paper only, which is this, or you can get the paper and the sticker sheet, which would be this. So there's 2 different prices. Same with all 3 of these. They use these in their scrapbook workshops kits. Here's some more papers. The Velvet Meadow, isn't that pretty? Or the Scenic Coast. I mean, you can make a card with that so easy. Ooh, there's my favorite, Moonlit Flora. Okay. And back here, you have that Luxe White. And it's, I don't know if you can really see it. It's white paper with white foil. And just a little bit of design. And isn't that pretty? And you get that in one of the suites. Here are the painted patterns. And you can get these in all the different color groupings. So Stampin' Up! Has color groupings. Hopefully you can see that. So they have subtles, brights, regals, and neutrals. They also have the in colors and basics. And it tells you, so if you wanted these in subtles, then you would get Balmy Blue, Bubble Bath, Calypso Coral, etc. 20 sheets, 10 of each, 2 double-sided designs. So front, back, front, back. Over here, some other paper. Here's our basic white note cards and envelopes. Basic white envelopes, clear, medium envelopes, watercolor paper. Foil sheets, you got silver, you got gold, you got the window sheets, you got the flat cellophane bags. Here's another staple, your basic white thick cardstock. So you can get the basic white thick in either 8.5 by 11 or 12 by 12. Excuse me. You get your scallop window boxes. Velveteen Assortment Specialty Paper, Sunset Shimmer Specialty Paper. Remember our in colors this year, 2026 and 2028 in color Pearlized Specialty Paper. That's pretty. Heirloom Boutique 12 by 12 two-tone cardstock. So now these 3 here are packages. So in this package, you're going to get these colors, which is 12 sheets, 2 of each of Barely Blush, Crisp Cantaloupe, Golden Glow, Peaceful Pine, and Hydrangea Hue. And you're going to get White Willow, which is not two-sided. So you get a package of those. Same with Extraordinary Life. You get a package with these colors in it, or a package with these colors in it. So you're working on a scrapbook page or something. All of these are 12 by 12s. So you could get 2 of each one of those colors instead of having to buy individual packages. Here's some mix and match. So they're showing you how to use their mix and match ephemera packs. And some of their scrapbook things. Here's their mix and match again. So you've got the here and now Mix and match, or the sincerely noted, or meant for you. Under the sun. Here's some classic labels. Excuse me. Greetings for all. This is really good. You get either black ink on white or white ink on black. Here's those essential papers again. So what they're telling you is get these papers, and then you could use these on this, and you can make cards very easy, especially if you're just beginning. What an easy way to make a card. You would have absolutely no stamping. You could cut out your card. You could use some pattern paper on it, and then you could use some of these elements, and it would be beautiful. There's some memory keeping. I think it was close to my heart. It was a big scrapbooking company that retired, and so Stampin' Up! Purchased a lot of their things, and there's flip-flaps are one of those items. So all their flip-flaps. Here's the photo protectors and albums. Here's that basic black hybrid Stampin' pad. So that's a new one. It works both with Stampin' blends and the watercoloring. So before that, you would have to have two different black products. You would have your Stays On and your Memento. Well, now you can just use this one ink. And then there's the refill for it. Journaling pens, white gel pens. You can use the white gel pens to add design or interest to things. Here's all their embellishments. So all different kinds of embellishments. Linen thread. There's those anchors. Those black floral accents. I've shown you those before. The baker's twine. The different 2026, 2028. You either get the dewdrops or the dots or the cute little butterflies. Here's the ribbon. Here's adhesives. I want to go over adhesives in the next video. Here's some tools and inks. So here are your cut and emboss machines, that impressions plate, a bone folder. Here's some, these make life easier. The bone folder, excuse me, the take your pick tool. All of those things make your life easier. I'm getting another lozenge, sorry. So you can get some refills to go with it. You can get your paper trimmer. Really like the paper trimmer. You can cut and emboss with it. I'm sorry. You can cut and score, not emboss. Well, actually, you can't kind of make it emboss. But anyway, so you can cut and score with it. Or you can get a separate scoring thing. I just use that. Here's their positioner again in the grid paper. You can get their glass mat, the grid paper, a piercing mat. You can pierce on it, or it gives it that cushion that you can use your photopolymer stamp sets to give that cushion. Silicone craft sheet, your cleaners, your chamois, and your mist. Here you can buy your blocks. You can get your blocks in a grouping or a bundle and save 10%. Or you can get them individually. Whew, we're almost done, guys. The brayer. I haven't really showed you the brayer. I don't have theirs. I have a brayer. Some smudge daubers. Those are cute. Water painters. The spritzer. The blending brushes. We've already seen those. Blender pens. Masking paper. Here are their embossing powers. You can get the metallic or the basics. And there's their heat tool. A little kit that you can make your embossing a little easier. They've got their pastes, either matte or a subtle sparkle. some palette knives that you would use. And here's their water and dotted lines. Remember, they call them decorative masks. I call them stencils. Here they got the Versamark, so that's that water mark. And you use that when you're using your embossing powders, or you just make watermarks on your paper. For the white ink, you get the uninked Stampin' pad and then the refill. So you get these two here for $10.50, and then you can buy refills. The basic black, here's their hybrid ink. Again, you can buy the refill. They also have soft pastels, and I'll show you some videos on using those. You can get the some groupings of the little classic Stampin' spots. I purchase the uninked ones, and then I make my own of all the different colors so that when I travel, I can take all my colors with me. Stella glitter brush. Excuse me. Stampin' Blends color lifter. Here's some watercolor pencils. Here's their shimmer brush. That is a new product. I don't have them yet. They're in my next order. But these have, well, glittery. It's kind of like the Stella, but they're colors. Barely Brush, Crisp Cantaloupe, Golden Glow, Hydrangea Hue, and Peaceful Pine. So instead of just using the clear glitter, here you've got the colors. So I'll show you those when I get them. Here's some Stampin' Blends. Now these are the things that pretty much for skin tone or, you know, animal kind of fur. So different colors of brown, I guess. Here they're talking about the new in colors for 2026, 2028, and all the new in colors and all the products that you can get in the in colors. Talking about the new ink pads. And, oops, they're showing you the Hydrangea Hue, and it is a magnetic ink pad. I put the labels on both of the insides. And then I put the label here so that when it's in my container I can see it. But that's what the new ink pads are. They're a felt instead of the sponge. So it'll be interesting. They're a little more expensive. That's the bad part. But those are the new in colors. Then they're talking about the color collections here. So how you can get all the products, 8.5 by 11, 12 by 12, that's a two-tone. The classic Stampin' pads, which are these little guys. They look like this. And you... I'm weak. I'm weak today. But you'd kind of do that. They normally don't bother me, but they're kind of a sponge, and the other ones are felt. So that's the classic. And then you get the ink refills, you know, these little guys. And the Stampin' Blends. These guys. You get a light and a dark. And these are all, again, in your coloring group. And here's all the codes to buy whichever product that you want. Okay. Regals, neutrals, here's your in colors. Back here are your basics. So, basic beige, very vanilla, basic white, white willow, basic black, and crumb cake. And what you can get those products in. So you get 24 sheets of the 8.5 by 11 for $14 of these. The white willow, you can get 12 sheets of 12 by 12. And that would be right there of the white willow. The thick cardstock you can only get in basic white. That's $26, and that's a 12 by 12. Or you can get an 8.5 by 11 thick right here for $17. I think it's just $17. Okay, here's your pads. So classic Stampin' pad. You can get a basic beige. You can get the refill. There are no Stampin' blends, but the basic black, the bronze and ivory, and the crumb cake. So the basic black and the bronze and ivory, you can get the Stampin' blend combos. And crumb cake, you can get all 3 products. Or you can order it by collection. So you could get 20 sheets of a cardstock assortment of the subtles or the brights or the regals or the neutrals. Same with the 12 by 12. Same with the classic Stampin' pads. Same with the inks. So you can order it by collection as well. In colors here. Then they have an index. So you have your dies, your embellishments, the embossing folders, memory keeping, paper. I love indexes because sometimes you want to flip through everything. So you come back here, you find your index. You can go straight to the product number. So if you're online, you know you want, let's say you wanted Sunset Coast. You can go right in here under the stamp set. And you can type in 167775 and it'll come up. So it's a real easy way to order things. Or you can find it on page 55. They're talking about proprietary notes, ordering, trademark ownership. You know, the registered trademarks, that kind of thing. Stampin' rewards. Get 10% back on your order. Excuse me. And what can you demonstrate or do for you? We're here for you. We'll answer questions. We'll help you. Almost done with this video. I'm so sorry. Let me take one more drink. I want to show you something. I was hoping to get through this without coughing every 5 seconds. I know my cats are tired. I scare them when I cough. So, it is the new starter kit offer. So that starts today as well on Cinco de Mayo, May the 5th through the 31st. When you join Stampin' Up! From May the 5th through the 31st, you get to pick. You get your new in color classic Stampin' pads. So all these new ones right here, the in color. All these colors. You get that, or you can choose an additional $35 worth of products. So, along with your color Stampin' pads, if you choose to do those, you'll receive your starter kit. It includes free business supplies, free shipping. That's always a big one. Plus, you get all the fun that comes with being a demonstrator. You get project inspiration. You get early access to the latest products and catalogs. We've been able to order all of these products already before the live. You get demonstrator-only events and more. You get to be part of a group of like-minded people. So that's what I loved. If you don't want the ink, you can choose the additional $35 worth of products for your starter kit instead. So for $99, you get $160 worth of products. So you either get all of these new ink pads or an additional $35. So if you're interested, of course, you can scan the QR code. That you can also contact me, mariecardsmore@gmail.com, and I'd be happy if you wanted to join my team. and I can answer any of your questions that you may have. Again, thank you for hanging with me during this coughing fit. But I didn't want to wait. So again, May the 5th through May the 31st is the new starter kit offers, or May through August of 2026 is the new catalog. Don't forget the online exclusives as well. So thank you for sticking with me. So until next time, I hope you have a great day, and bye for now.